What do you got in your mouth?
Yes, I understand. I got nothing in my mouth.
Spit it out.
There's a saying that with age comes wisdom. Sadly, in policing, sometimes that's just not the case. Whether it's violating traffic laws, utilizing illegal substances, or trying to swallow the evidence while in custody for a felony charge, they just don't learn. This is one of those.
Boy George Robert 414 BGR 44K. Hold on onto Flip Soul 365.
The big red flag trying to exit the vehicle before the car even stops. With that type of urgency, definitely going to be a red flag for the officer.
You know this guy?
I don't know who it is.
You don't know? Mr. Plouch?
Blue.
Plew? Mr. Plew?
I don't know.
Are you coming here?
Yes, I was in here.
What's his name?
Huh?
What's his name?
I'm not sure, buddy. I'm not sure. I mean,
Okay, well, I'm Officer Burnett. And put that down.
okay.
Don't start grabbing stuff, man.
okay.
I'm Officer Burnett. You know who I am. I still got to say it.
Yes,
But
sir.
I'm with Mayflower Police.
Yes,
so
sir.
so Gary,
Yes, sir.
your license is suspended,
Oh, okay.
and you still
I
don't
thought-
have insurance
Okay.
on this.
Okay.
What were you stuffing down in your pants and stuff?
I wasn't stuffing.
I could see
No,
I could
sir.
see you through this
No,
window
Sir. No, sir.
messing around and moving stuff around.
No, sir.
So what
I
were
get-
you?
Getting my wallet right here. With my ID.
You already had your wallet because that's what you were talking on the phone whenever you drove by me. I could see you holding it up to
I
your
know
ear.
it. I put it down. And it's got my ID in it and everything. So I was
Do you have your? Can I see your ID?
Yes, sir.
I like this officer because he's really vigilant as far as what's going on inside his vehicle. They know each other, so he's already got an idea of who he's dealing with. But I like that he's still very, very vigilant as far as the movements of the subject inside of the vehicle.
So you knew you didn't have a license.
Okay.
No,
Yes,
as a
sir. I do know it.
Hop out for me.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Turn around, face that way.
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna take your wallet off of you. It's about to fall out. Okay. I'm gonna pat you down. Are you okay if I search you real quick?
Not okay with nothing. But
Okay.
my God.
You're not okay if I search you?
No.
Okay.
Search me or search
Okay.
my vehicle or anything like that.
Okay.
I mean,
Face the
my
car.
Lord.
I asked you to face
How
the
many
car.
times are you going to pull me over?
As many times as you break the law, Gary.
Okay, I got you.
All right. Well, I'm not going to search you, but I am going to pat you down while I got you out here. Make sure you don't have a gun or knife or anything on
I
you.
don't have it.
Are you okay with me patting you down?
I'm not really, because I ain't got a gun or a knife or nothing on me. I mean,
Did I ask you to take your hands off the car?
Yes. No.
Okay. Then
Oh, you
don't do it for me. Okay.
Okay. I'm sorry.
You're not okay if I pat you down or anything?
All right.
Huh?
Oh my God.
It's a simple question. I just want to make sure.
Simple question.
I want to make sure that you don't have a
I don't
or a
have
knife or a throwing star. Gary,
Look, I don't have it. I don't have anything.
you're not okay if I pat your pockets down.
This is a very interesting interaction. The officer said, "Can I search you?" The guy says, "No, you can't search me." He says, "Can I do a pat down?" Which is definitely different than a search. It's the patting of the outer clothing for weapons. The officer says that. But why are we asking for consent? Because what if the person says no? If you think that you have the ability to pat a person down, why don't you just pat them down? If he says, "No, you can't pat me down," but you think that he could be potentially concealing a weapon, you're going to just force a pat down anyway. Then we have this thing called Plainfield, Minnesota versus Dickerson, 1993. Plainfield means that if you're patting a person down for weapons and during your pat down, you feel something that you instantly distinguish as being contraband, like a pipe, you can retrieve that item. You cannot manipulate the pocket. It's just on the pat, because if I felt this inside of a person's pocket on a pat down, every cop worth their salt is going to tell you what this feels like if you pat this down. It doesn't feel like the cardboard of dog poop bag. This feels like a pipe. If I do the pat down for the weapon and I feel that, I can retrieve that. Oops, it's not. It's a cardboard thing. I thought it was pipe. If it happens to be a contraband pipe, I can take that and impound that, and under the Plainfield Doctrine, it's good to go. Defense attorneys, if you have a challenge with what I just said, please chime in the comment section as to why you don't believe that is a legal way of going. It just baffles me that the officer is asking for the ability to conduct a pat down when he has the right to conduct the pat down. He has the legal justification to conduct a pat down.
Okay, pat me down.
And then that way I ain't got to look around.
Yes, sir,
and, you know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So, cool down. You don't have anything stuffed in your pants, do you?
Okay.
Are you sure?
I'm positive.
Last time you did.
Yes, sir. But I don't now.
You don't have any warrants or anything like that, do you?
No, sir. No, sir.
Okay. Whose house is this? Because you initially told me that you were were pulling in here and you knew that person.
Here. I don't know him. I was going to get to know him.
You were going to get to know him?
Yes, I had met him at the store.
Hold on, Peter. You met him at the store?
I met him at the store.
How you know he lives here if you just met him at the store and you don't know him that well?
Because he was telling me where he lived at while we were at the store.
What's his name?
I don't remember it.
Very common for people to pull into residences, businesses when they don't want the police to pull them over or to make it seem like doing anything nefarious. It happens all the time. I love that this officer picked up on it. He confirmed with the owner of the residence that the guy had just pulled into his driveway.
So you're telling me if I go up here and I ask him if y'all met at the store, he's going to tell you he's going to tell me that's true and he remembers talking to you?
I hope he did. I hope he would.
Because he seemed like he doesn't know you from a month of Sundays.
Half of what you see, none of what you hear.
If you don't mind, just stand there in
Yes, sir,
front
I
of my
will.
car.
Yes, sir.
You don't have anything illegal in here, do you?
No, sir, I don't.
Is there anything in the car? It's not supposed to be in the car.
No.
Sure.
I'm positive.
I'm doing inventory on your car.
You're going to do inventory on the car.
I'm towing your car.
Oh, God.
You're suspended. You're suspended.
Man,
You know you're not
I
supposed to drive. I don't know if you have something illegal in the car, if you're running from something bad,
I'm going past the
or if you knew that you didn't have a license, and you saw me get out behind you, and you knew you didn't have insurance, and you saw me get out behind you, and that's why you're so nervous, but you're shaking like a leaf.
I'm not shaking anymore.
There's something going on. I know that you're suspended, and I know you don't have insurance, and I know you're driving.
Yes, sir.
And this is an ongoing issue with you. Every time I've stopped you, you haven't had insurance.
Every time you stop me.
Every single time I've stopped you 3 times. Today, Shannon Square, and when I got the off of you on East Ridge. All 3 times you didn't have insurance.
Something that I'd like to mention that's interesting. So when the officer says that he's going to do an inventory of the car prior to towing it, you 100% would do an inventory of the vehicle, make sure there's nothing dangerous inside the vehicle, an array of reasons. However, you have to be very careful that you don't conduct an inventory as an investigative measure and that you don't present it as an investigative measure to try to circumvent a Carol or the necessity for a search warrant. Because Carol, you don't need a search warrant, but if you say, I just want to inventory this car, but I want it to be investigative, you just have to be very, very careful, especially when you're presenting it in that manner. The other thing is, he said that he had him for a suspended DL driver license, and he said that he had no insurance. He knew these things of him. If it is possible in that jurisdiction to just go ahead and hook him up for those charges, you can always unarrest him afterwards. If you decide that you talk to him and say, okay, listen, you know what, I'm just going to cite you for it, then you can do that. Why not just hook him up? You're under arrest for driving on a suspended license. Then you're in the clear for everything else that you have to do. You're well within your rights. I just don't know if in this jurisdiction, if you can arrest for driving on a suspended license. You have the arrestable charge for suspended driver license. Click, click. You're under arrest for driving on a suspended license. You conduct your search. If you turn up something from the search, then you're good to go. You just have to be careful.
There's a camera watching you, so if you try to dump anything, it's going to catch it.
What did he say was wrong with this last time you took it over there?
I can't remember.
1 or 2 reverb, yeah, I don't know.
Hey Gary, you know how you said I can go through that bag and you wanted it?
Yes, sir.
I found this in there.
Okay.
No, don't touch it.
I ain't touching it.
This is a scale. It's a
Okay,
digital scale.
I know what it is.
You see that right there? From my training experience, he's looking. From my training experience, that's
Alright, well, you test it.
so there's
You can test it.
residue all over
You can test
this
it.
scale.
You can test it.
Okay.
You bring it up.
Turn around, face that way.
Yes, sir.
So you're not under arrest right now or anything of the sort, okay?
Okay.
I'm just going to place you in handcuffs.
That's not illegal to have.
So again, that's where the search thing becomes really interesting. When the officer was conducting his search, which was, he said, was an inventory for the impound of the car, can that be construed that he was really just searching for contraband? They're going to look at how he conducted all of his searches. Did you go in detail on all the different things you looked at? And again, he could be 100% within his policy, and I get it. These edits are very challenging to try to figure out if all the steps and measures were taken. It's just important for me to share from a constructive criticism perspective where officers can run into challenges. And that's another interesting caveat. When having a scale in the car with powdery residue, in most jurisdictions, it's going to be a challenge. Having a, sometimes it's not, but if it has a burnt residue in it, then that can be considered a paraphernalia thing. Sometimes you need the powder and the residue in order for it to be a violation of the law.
Face the car right
Yes,
there.
sir.
Spread feet.
102, Greenberg, show 1015
You got set aside. Pop up in there.
Yes, sir.
So I just want you to look at that right there. That was a 20-minute jump in the action. So when you watch these videos, always take into consideration, it's a very good perspective, but it's not total picture because a lot of things could have occurred in between these edits and these jumps.
Hey,
Yes, sir.
you're also under arrest for the baggies with
For the what?
with residue in your wallet.
No, no, baby.
He clearly has something in his mouth, and he has the right to remain silent, but not the ability. He's talking with this big thing that he clearly placed inside his mouth. Some people call it cheeking, when they take contraband and put it inside their cheek and try to conceal it. It's a big concern because sometimes if it's narcotics, that bag can burst and it can cause some challenges. This is interesting to see. It looks like he's got a big dip in his mouth. Right to remain silent, but doesn't have the ability. He's talking and being the best witness against himself.
All right, you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in the court of law. Do you understand these rights if I explain them to you? Yes or no? What do you got in your mouth?
Yes, I understand. I got nothing in my mouth.
What do you got in your mouth?
Nothing.
You got something in your mouth.
No, no.
Open your mouth. Open your mouth always. Spit it out. I will charge you right now.
I'm sorry.
No, I didn't. Spit it out. Spit it out. Spit it out. Spit it out. Start me, Pafford. This guy swallowed a bag on me. I'm not sure if he swallowed the whole bag or if some of it got out. Spit it out. Spit it out.
Very good. Right off the bat, you gotta call medical because there have been people who have had in custody when these kinds of things happen. Call medical immediately.
Dude. Get out, car. Get out, car. Spit it out. Now. Dude. Spit it out.
I just want you to take a look at the configuration where the officer's taser is and his handgun. This is not a common practice. In fact, the practice is almost always to have the taser as a cross draw so the firearm or the taser are never confused. I know that that's changed with a lot of officers wearing outer body armor, but to have those two in that position can be challenging if you have both that are on the same type of draw. So the cross draw means that you know that you're not drawing your firearm.
Spit it out. Spit it out. Dude, spit it out. Spit it out. Dude. Spit it out.
So let me talk about this here, because this has happened to me many, many times where a person attempts to swallow stuff. And I've done where I'm trying to get them to spit it out. And here's the challenge that you run into is if the person ends up getting injured and you attempting to get them to spit it out, a windpipe getting crushed, any kind of injury to the person or them choking on it, believe me, there are attorneys who are going to come after you from a liability perspective. And the first question you're going to be asked is, what was your training in getting a person to spit out? Now think about it. The academy people that we have watching, that you train on getting people to spit narcotics out, is there a written policy on how to get a police officer to spit out contraband that they're attempting to swallow? If you have one, please put it in the comment section, because I haven't seen one. It may exist somewhere. You're not going to stick a foreign object in there, and if you're squeezing on their throat, it can make it even worse. Wait till medical gets there. Get on the radio, get medical there, monitor the person and say the person has something, because you're not going to stick your fingers in there. Absolutely not. So there's a challenge when a person does something like this.
Spit it out. Help me, Father.
You swallow it?
Help me.
Let's go.
Left time.
You're an idiot. Scoot your foot over. Scoot your foot over.
You've heard me say it before, this is incarceritis because you saw him tossed it, doesn't want to go to jail.
Look at me, boss. If you swallowed or something like that, your heart rate could go up, blood pressure could go up, you could have a heart attack.
Yes, sir.
If you swallowed a downer, like a
Right,
you could go unresponsive and quit breathing.
right.
So,
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. Do it, sir. Okay, guys.
Well, you unlock it,
Yes, sir.
now you're under arrest for.
Sir, that's not none of mine. You didn't find that on me? You did not find it on me, and it's not mine.
Got him, just a matter of time. But I'll talk about a couple things. I always say LL, life and liability. You always, as an officer, tactical to protect your life, liability, you want to protect yourself so that you keep your house and your career. In these kinds of situations where a person is attempting to swallow contraband and you're compressing on their neck and their throat without a trained policy on how to handle that, you can open yourself up to liability. So under these circumstances, it's important for officers to see these kinds of things, especially if your department doesn't have a policy on how to handle that. I think the officer did a great job at calling medical, very aware, very astute, because the question is going to become, were you more concerned about getting this baggie of whatever it was for evidence or about the person's life or well-being? That's what you're going to be asked, and be prepared to answer that question. We had the traffic charges, the paraphernalia is what the officer was talking about, attempted destruction of evidence charge, which I believe is what he was talking about. This man looks like he should be someone's grandfather, hanging out with his grandkids, doing something and sharing time with them. And it's not for me to judge his life and why he is where he is. I hope that he makes a better decision. And if he has kids and grandkids, I hope that he makes the choice after this incident occurred. And that brings me to who I'd like to shout out today. I'd like to shout out the grandparents, because grandparents are the backbone of society in so many cases. My grandparents were always phenomenal to me on both sides. And I'm so happy the things that they did for me in my lives, and the grandparents that are doing wonderful things for their grandkids. I want to shout you out right now, because I know that a lot of you watch these channels and a lot of you are the step-in role when the parents aren't around. So I want to thank you for what you do. You keep the streets safe, because police need good grandparents, because you step into the role a lot of times when parents aren't there. If you like this kind of content, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and click on the video that's on your screen for more content like this. Thank you, grandparents.